North Carolina starts out in man-to-man. Justin Jackson guarding Grayson Allen. And Kenny Williams on Luke Kennard. Those are key matchups in this game.
And Luke May stepping into the starting lineup for Isaiah Hicks. He draws the assignment of Jason Tatum.
And any time with Kennedy Meeks guarding Emil Jefferson is going to try to drive him and put him in ball screen situations.
Jones with a shot clock at 5 turns it over. Justin Jackson having an outstanding year, better than 18 points per game, and shooting the 3, Jay, so much better than he did a year ago.
Well, he's made 66 threes on the season. That is more this season than his first 2 years combined. He is on pace to break the single-season Carolina record for made threes.
Joel Berry driving on Grayson Allen, up and in, and Carolina strikes first.
And that's where Duke has been a bit vulnerable. Off a straight-line drive, Grayson Allen gives up the middle to Joel Berry, who establishes the first paint points for Carolina. You thought it might come from a big guy. It comes from the smallest guy on the floor.
And Carolina, one of the best in the country at scoring in the paint in a variety of different ways. Jefferson the kick. Tatum the 3. Offensive rebound, Matt Jones. Jones the corner 3. And Carolina, as always, will look to run, but what a block from behind by Jason Tatum.
That was spectacular.
I mean, that looked like the 2 points were going in the books right there.
It reminded a little bit of a block that Shane Battier had against Carolina in the Smith Center. What a spectacular basket save.
Kennard steps to the line and through the first 2 months.
Well, he's been a 37 from the field, 9 of 16 from 3, and you're going, boy, what a great 3-game stretch. Those are his season numbers. That's no different than what he's done all season long. He's been magnificent.
He's a Wooden Award candidate. Tough one for Jackson. And the long rebound down to Allen.
Well, Jackson will take some tough ones, but he can also use that shot fake and get people off balance.
Allen, corner 3.
Grayson Allen has been a different player his last 3 games, averaging 20 points a game, shooting over 50%. He has really done a great job.
May, nice touch pass. Kennedy Meeks will slam it home.
Well, this is an excellent North Carolina passing team. Got the ball to Luke May at the high post. He immediately looked low to Kennedy Meeks. Carolina averages about 18 assists per game in ACC play. That's #1 in the league.
Kennard behind a screen, misses the 3, and May down with a rebound.
A good block out by Joel Berry on Matt Jones.
Meeks trying to post up Jefferson. Jefferson fronting him, and Williams can't get the ball inside.
A little difficult for Luke May to free up Kennedy Meeks. If Isaiah Hicks were in there, he's a little bit more of a threat down low and a little bit bigger. Good
Jackson
drive.
Baseline drive, gets it to go.
He is such a good driver of the ball, and he's got a great floater, Dan.
A veteran North Carolina team. These guys have been here before. There's another 3 for Grayson Allen, his second already tonight.
How confident does he look right now? Body language totally different than it was 4 or 5 games ago.
May with a 15-footer. He's not Isaiah Hicks, but he's a talented player, has been a role player for Carolina, asked to step into a larger role here tonight.
Well, he's really improved from last year to this year. I mean, earlier this year against Florida State, he only had 2 points. I think he went 1 of 5 or 1 of 6 from the field, but he had 15 rebounds against the bigger and more athletic Seminoles. 15 rebounds, 5 of them offensive. That's a big-time performance.
Jones the drive and the kick. Tatum with a shot fake. Driving the baseline on May. Good defense by May, and the rebound down to Williams.
Well, that was a nice job by Luke May of defending that without fouling.
And boy, does he get down the floor quickly again. Finds Jackson. Have they split 48 and 48? They've scored the same number of points. You can't make it up.
Well, if that was a movie script, nobody would believe it, but it's true. It's really an amazing statistic.
Frank Jackson, Harry Giles, both into the game and out for Duke. Jackson with a floater. Good.
Oh, that was a terrific play by Luke Kennard, being guarded very effectively by Kenny Williams, who's a much improved overall player, but very much improved as a defensive player this year.
Tony Bradley has come in for Kennedy Meeks for Carolina. Long 3 for Joel Berry, doesn't go, and Giles down with a rebound. Duke has said he's not going to be 100% physically at any point this year. Last couple of games, Jay, he's only getting about 10 minutes per.
Grabbing that rebound was a big play for Harry Giles.
Just called for a carry. There's a guy who knows a little bit. And if you're too young to know how good those guys were, you got to look it up, because those guys were outstanding players.
Both had their jerseys retired. Great players.
Giles tips it away. May recovers.
Boy, I thought Grayson Allen was going to pick that off and take it the other way. That was a long pass.
Bradley. And Pinson come in, and this is a smaller lineup. Pinson at 6'5" is playing the 4 spot against Emil Jefferson.
They did that against Florida State due to foul trouble, and it worked out very well for North Carolina. It's just difficult.
Undefeated team in the nation, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, taking on the Gales. We are looking forward to that.
Great game. A little 1-2-2 3/4 court pressure from Duke right here, getting back to man-to-man. That means a guard is going to be on Tony Bradley at times.
Nate Britt into the game, and he'll get an early look and bury it.
And Nate Britt, last 2 games, has had 10 assists in those 2 games, but that was the first field goal he's made in 3 games. He's 0 of 7 in his last 2 coming into this one, so it's good confidence builder to knock down your first shot.
Jackson remains on Allen. Britt's on Kennard.
You really can't help off Luke Kennard. Kenny Williams did not.
Nice 2-man game and a terrific finish for Giles.
Well, how about that adjustment in midair? That doesn't look like a guy who's missed that much time.
Pinson steps into a 16-footer, and Carolina's making outside shots.
They're mid-range shots, but Theo Pinson did not hesitate on that one.
The lost start of the mid-range jumper. We've seen May make one, Pinson make one, Britt make one. This is a better shooting Carolina team, though, than it's been the last couple of years.
Much better shooting team, especially from 3. Both Barry and Pinson are shooting terrific percentages. Joel Barry's made 56, 66 coming into this game for Justin Jackson.
Pinson down with a rebound. He can do a lot of different things for the Tar Heels. Little hesitation on Jefferson. Up, no good. Follow, no good. Barry with a teardrop.
And those offensive rebounds did not go to big guys. Joel Barry picked that one up off the deck, but you can see that it looked like Emil Jefferson didn't want to pick up his second foul there. And he is looking much more healthy than he did the last 3 ball games he played.
Allen. He's already hit a couple of threes, not this time. Tipped back out by Jackson, and that'll be Duke's ball. That is not considered an over and back. It's not deemed to be possession on the tip off the offensive rebound. Good play. Kennard the drive, off the glass and good.
Boy, what a move by Luke Kennard. That little shake toward the baseline just opened up the middle.
Barry got Jackson on his heels, but left the 3 short.
A little bit of a quick one without any rebounding for North Carolina.
Officials hardly needed to bring their whistles so far here tonight.
These teams are playing so fast, they're not giving each other an opportunity to foul.
Jefferson trying to take advantage of the mismatch, can't get it to go.
Well, the number of possessions in this game so far favors Carolina.
They play at a very fast pace, and again, great work on the offensive glass. Carolina, that time by Bradley. Carolina gets 43% of their misses. #1 in the nation.
Well, you got to give credit there because Bradley kept it alive, and he keeps that ball so high, always goes after it to grab it with 2 hands. That is a big-time play by Tony Bradley, the freshman.
Nice move by Allen. Missed the shot. Follow no good by Jefferson. Day of the regular season. Kind of crazy. They've only met in the ACC tournament once in the last 12 years. You think they'd meet a lot more often than that, but it just hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever met in the NCAA tournament.
Correct.
Which, as good as these programs have been, it's a little bit interesting that's never happened.
Marquise Bolden into the game for Duke, defending Kennedy Meeks off the front of the rim. Tatum
back in, but he told him continue to crash the glass. We're going to continue to score with that kind of extra effort.
That's a great point, Maria, because that's a strength of this North Carolina team. They are an offensive rebounding team. That is who they are, and sometimes their best offense is a missed shot.
Jackson with a corner 3. Duke back within 2.
Just that little penetration into the lane that opened up that 3. Duke has to continue to drive the ball, especially when they've got big guys covering a guard.
Not a lot of touches down low for Meeks so far for Carolina. And the shot clock down to 7. The drive by Barry. Tatum down with a rebound and numbers for Duke.
Great defensive play by Matt Jones.
Grayson Allen. His third three of the game, and Duke has the lead. And here they come again.
Jones was setting up for a three, but that pass from Trent Jackson just off.
Jackson gets the bounce. Duke on a run. 8-0 run, Blue Devils.
Situations.
Britt with the reverse. Boy, it helps to be ambidextrous, which Britt basically is, and he lays that one in with a left hand.
He's not only ambidextrous, he can use either hand out there.
Great follow-up play. Justin Jackson is coming to the game for Luke May. The last foul on Carolina was on May his second. Jackson takes his place, so Carolina gets a little bit smaller. And Allen's into double figures already with 11, and Matt Jones has himself a steal.
Third in the ACC in steals. Donovan Mitchell of Louisville leading the league. But that's a reason why, because Matt Jones is alert to what's happening on the floor.
Allen turns it over.
You've seen them play. Gabby Williams is the most complete player I've seen in college basketball, male or female. She's fantastic to watch.
So going for 99 on the weekend, and in all likelihood going for 100 Monday night on ESPN2. Jackson looking for Meeks inside. Jefferson not given any room, so Jackson knocks down the three. 29% three-point shooter a year ago, 39% three-point shooter this year.
That is a big-time play there by Justin Jackson. His last 5 games, he's averaging 21 a game.
Not there for Allen, knocked away. Here comes Williams. Jackson forced it up.
I think he was trying to get a foul there.
Here with Cameron. And miscommunication.
Was a flagrant foul, whether it was one of those play on the ball things or whether it would be called a flagrant.
Seventh Woods in to back up.
To put Kennedy Meeks in some ball screen situations, dribble handoffs where they can drive him, see if they can get him to switch and put him in a position where he has to guard and maybe even foul.
Kennard, good defense by Williams, and Kennard hits anyway.
You know, sometimes good offense trumps good defense. And that was really good defense by Kenny Williams, staying between Luke Kennard and the basket and not going for fake, staying on the floor. And Kennard just made a great offensive play.
Williams can't get where he wants to go. Finds Kennedy Meeks, who has not had a lot of touches down low. Jackson. Jones knocks it away and comes up with it.
Well, what a great defender Matt Jones is. Doesn't matter who you put him on, he can handle it. That is not a place where you want to
pause. They have to go a little smaller, and guys like, say, Brandon Robinson may step into a larger role tonight because of it.
Well, a larger role, but North Carolina plays a lot of different people. It's Duke that only goes with about 6 in most games.
And that guy's one of the best they got. Maybe the best they have so far this year. Luke Kennard with another bucket.
And how much more consistent at a high level has Luke Kennard become from his freshman year to this year? You know, he had it in him last year. He had, what, 30-plus points against Notre Dame, but then he'd have other games where he wasn't as productive. But this year, he's been productive in every single game. North Carolina's playing with the ball too much. They need to just attack.
Meeks inside, and the finish for Woods.
But without Isaiah Hicks in there, this is a good passing, interior passing team, North Carolina. That was an excellent pass by Kennedy Meeks. What a great rebounder Meeks has turned out to be. He's averaging almost 10 rebounds a game, 4 of them offensive.
And now numbers in transition for Carolina. Jackson will lay it in to tie the game.
And that shows you how devastating North Carolina can be in transition. And against North Carolina, your offense has to help your defense. You make a mistake, get a shot block, you turn the ball over. You are allowing Carolina to play ahead of your defense. And that is not going to be a good result.
There's no such thing as too fast for Roy.
NC State used to say, you know, he's amphibious. It's
right.
It's remarkable the kind of athlete that Luke Kennard is. Not run and jump, but the kind of athlete that can play multiple sports and is so skilled.
Our meaningful returns brought to you by TD Ameritrade. Tony Bradley slams it home. Carolina has the lead.
Marquise Bolden put into the ball game. And paying attention to the ball lost Tony Bradley, and that's way too easy.
Jones. Duke back on top.
That was a fabulous job by Matt Jones of setting up his cut. And Kenny Williams got caught on the screen. He was able to set his feet in the corner and get that shot off.
And Duke now 5 for 12 from beyond the arc as May answers. They're going to count it as a 3, but they're going to check it. Roger Ayers signaling to the scorekeeper. I believe they're going to have a look at that one at the under 4 timeout to see if it indeed was a 3.
It doesn't look like Luke May is in his first start. He looks like a grizzled veteran out there the way he's playing from that far away.
And the Blue Devils fumble it away on the inbounds. May running the floor again, saves it. Back to Williams.
Luke May's running the floor has really affected this game.
Good block there by Giles.
I think Duke really needs to look to Luke Kennard here. Best scorer on the floor.
Cross-court bounce past Jones. Driving by Jackson. Giles underneath. Good ball movement.
Good ball movement and a great drive on ball reversal. Your drives can be so much more effective when the ball changes sides of the floor.
Seventh Woods giving Carolina some good minutes off the bench. One of the freshmen playing here at Cameron for the first time, and the Tar Heels are back on top.
Well, that was awfully easy to be able to drive and get all the way to the rim. But one thing that Duke is doing, they are playing without fouling, which is really important for their lineups.
5 ties and 8 lead changes in the first 17 minutes of this game.
Really important last 3 minutes of this first half. Will anyone be able to seize the advantage before halftime?
How about that block by Bolden? Is that a block or a steal? What do you call that?
A lid. That was like a spike in volleyball. It was taken right out of his hands.
Neither team in the bonus. Very few fouls. Great pace. Few whistles. And what else would you expect but a tremendously close game here between Duke and Carolina?
Got a switch.
Jackson gets it off.
A great job by Frank Jackson to recognize the switch and attack it. Off the ball screen, he got Luke May to switch off and run right after the bigger defender.
Game coming up next, Seth. What are you looking forward to in the UCLA-Oregon matchup?
Well, the Conference of Champions, you're talking about an efficient and effective offense for UCLA, led by Lonzo Ball, but this is an Oregon team that is elite defensively and can protect the rim. I like Oregon.
All right, let me escort them back to their seats.
Right,
in the upper deck.
They're coming up on the Alfa Romeo halftime report less than 2 minutes from now as Justin Jackson gives Carolina the lead.
Well, what a great pull-up jumper by Justin Jackson. He's not only a catch-and-shoot guy, he can create his own shot, whereas last year, his first year, wasn't able to do that as much.
Tatum, too strong on the 3. Jackson looking to push.
Tatum does not look comfortable in this game, and it's hard to get comfortable when it's your first Duke Carolina game. And what a contest inside with Kennedy Meeks and Emil Jefferson.
Jackson again, baseline, yes. Another tough shot goes for Justin Jackson, who's got 14.
A tough shot over a great defender, Matt Jones. And that's one of the areas where Justin Jackson, I think, is at his best. Those little floaters, those difficult kind of intermediate shots. I'm not sure there's anyone better in college basketball than Justin Jackson.
Kennard, one of his textbook moves.
Well, you over pursue just a bit, and he can use that great footwork and pivoting to get back around you. To go against Emil Jefferson, but he did bring those arms down, and Tony Bradley went right straight. He plays extended minutes. It's a little bit scary.
On as small as they can get. Just 30 seconds left in the half. Pinson right now is guarding Giles.
Well, they want to guard the three-point line. They're not as worried about Harry Giles with a post-up. What they want to do is keep Duke from hitting a three and make it more difficult for them to drive the paint. You know, North Carolina's only got 4 team fouls. They can foul here if they get in a bad spot.
And Allen is going to go in the half. Allen creates some space and hits another one. A great first half. Who suffered a strained hamstring at practice yesterday. They don't expect it to be serious, but he's day-to-day, did not start, will not play tonight. So Luke May steps into the starting lineup, and May was really good in the first half. Minutes down a little bit because he suffered a couple of fouls. And there's Kennedy Meeks, who was very quiet in the first half. 2 points, no rebounds, an early bucket here in the second half.
Well, they went right to one of their box sets, and that was designed to either get a shot for Justin Jackson or get the ball inside to Kennedy Meeks to get him established.
Luke Kennard with the Blue Devils' 7th three of the game.
And that was Kennard's first. North Carolina had done a good job of running him off the three-point line.
Jackson short on the other end. Jefferson the rebound.
Jason Tatum has not scored in this game, but he's done a good job passing it. 4 assists in that first half. Anytime he drives, he is looking to pass it.
Kennard off to Allen. And Meeks with his first rebound of the game. This is a guy who comes in averaging better than 9 boards per contest.
But he's not played his best basketball for the last 4 or 5 games.
Well, Luke May's not lacking for confidence, isn't he?
You know, and that just shows, like, North Carolina is so good at developing big guys. You know, it's at their practice yesterday preparing for this game, and their skill work with big guys is so effective. You know, most teams play one-on-one in the post. They always have a defense on you, and so they're always practicing while they're getting jostled around, getting fouled. They do their skill work one-on-0, and it works. Carolina's always done such a great job with big guys, back to when Bill Guthridge was the lead assistant for Dean Smith, and Roy Williams oversees all the big guys himself.
Meeks misses. Jackson the kick out, stolen away by Allen. Lobs it up for Tatum. They don't get anything out of it, but they do retain possession. And they get something out of it. Another three from Kennard.
What a great play by Luke Kennard.
Kennard and Allen have combined for 30 of Duke's 46 points tonight. Barry guarded by Jones. Now a switch and Tatum on him. Meeks gets away from Jefferson, but misses it. And he says he got grabbed from behind, and I think he's right. I think his jersey got grabbed on that move, as now we have a block at the other end.
There's no question that he still should have finished the play.
Times in the first half as Carolina goes.
You know, neither team fouled much in that first half, and that's really an advantage for Duke. They don't play quite as many bodies and can't afford foul trouble to their best players, and they are not in any.
Jackson can't finish over Jones. Back comes Kennard. Duke with momentum.
I don't know what the rush there was for Justin Jackson. That was a forced shot. Great defense by Matt Jones again. Jackson's had to work for every single point he's gotten in this game.
5th three of the night for Grayson Allen.
North Carolina's got to figure out a way, Dan, to get to the rim.
And a foul committed. Well, it has not been the kind of season. I mean, they're 18-5, but it has not been the kind of season that a lot projected for Duke with the talent they brought into the year, a lot of the injuries and other issues at the beginning of the year. As Emil Jefferson just picked up his 3rd foul. He goes to the bench, and Harry Giles back in.
And that's a big play to pick up that 3rd foul. It was a great offensive rebound by Kennedy Meeks and putback. Right now, North Carolina with Harry Giles in the game. You know, they can go after Giles, but they still, Duke's got to put Kennedy Meeks in more ball screen situations, make him guard.
Tatum slamming it home for the Blue Devils. As if this place could get any louder. Jackson
really fun to watch.
Justin Jackson. Jefferson is on the bench with 3 fouls. Great block from behind by Pinson.
And we have had some excellent plays in this game, both offensively and defensively.
And Pinson running the floor. Carolina had 5 on 4, and they scored easily.
Well, you can see after missing the last 3 games, Theo Pinson doesn't look like he's missed any time. And he makes a huge difference on the floor for North Carolina.
You know, the Duke injuries have been well chronicled, but Carolina has had its share as well. Pinson was out early in the year after foot surgery, out again. Bradley's been out. Barry's been out. Hicks is out tonight. And back-to-back threes as they trade buckets. It's still a 4-point lead.
Well, that three as the trailer coming down, Joel Berry, because North Carolina threw the ball ahead. They pitched it ahead to Justin Jackson. That flattened the defense out and opened it up for Berry.
Kennard, sweet feed into Giles.
A miscommunication on the screen roll. An excellent roll by Harry Giles. Early on in the game, I commented I didn't think Jason Tatum looked comfortable offensively. He looks comfortable now, doesn't he?
It does.
What a player he is.
Yep. Meeks over Giles, just using his strength advantage and backing down the freshman.
And the difference, Harry Giles got caught behind. And when Emil Jefferson was in there, he was three-quarter fronting or fronting Kennedy Meeks. And they tried to get pressure on the ball so they couldn't throw it over the top.
Two-man game again. This time Kennard will drive and kick to Jones. And tipped by Kennard into the backcourt on a pass that may have been intended for Tatum, and that's an over and back pass. Just come in for Meeks. Nate Britt into the game.
It's going to be difficult to pick up that foul, especially with a freshman.
Britt driving on Tatum. And it rolls in for him to get the heels back within two.
And Nate Britt just using his quickness advantage to get right past Jason Tatum, and that was an excellent right-handed finish. The horn set right here.
Kennard has it tipped away. Ball's loose. Jefferson has it. Surrounded by Tar Heels. And I think the call by Roger Ayers was at clocks at 7. And Tatum fouled by.
Has turned into an NBA All-Star. That's a great call. Played for Buzz Williams at Marquette. Buzz Williams now at Virginia Tech.
Pinson, nice look into Bradley, who does get the roll. Pinson drew a couple of defenders and made a great pass.
Well, it looked like Bradley almost a little bit surprised when he got that ball.
And Carolina's back within one. Good help by Bradley. Pull up by Kennard, around and out. And Berry's got it. North Carolina's looking to retake the lead.
Oh, what a move. Boy, Jason Tatum was there to take a charge. And he just went right around him. Getting it handed to me every time I went near one of those guys. Own private ceremony in my garage. Great drive.
Pinson, Berry, and Carolina extends the lead.
Boy, Duke had, it looked like a layup, didn't complete it, and North Carolina's transition game over the last 5 minutes or so has gotten going. And Carolina's not put up many fouls in this ball game, so they can play everybody going down the stretch.
The Heels have made their last 8 3 to 59 lead, a 20-8 run for the Tar Heels to turn an 8-point deficit into a 4-point lead.
North Carolina, we've talked about, they haven't gotten a lot of offensive rebounds. They haven't missed any shots. They're shooting 67% in the second half.
And 60% overall in the game. One of the great offensive teams in the country, and looking like it even without Isaiah Hicks tonight.
They're a different team without Hicks, but they have been very effective.
May with a quick release, short on the three. Tipped away by Berry, and Carolina's got it.
Well, what an alert play by Joel Berry. He gets 21 for
5-point lead, Carolina.
Back to this horn set. They can run so many different things out of it, including an isolation for Jason Tatum.
And everything else you need to know with SVP. Allen, a big night from the perimeter tonight. Berry staying right with him.
Boy, what a great defensive job by Joel Berry. First to make him catch it so far out.
And Allen knocks down another one. He's got 20.
This is the big-time player, Grayson Allen, that we expected all season long. And I'll tell you what, last 4 games, this one included, he has been special again.
Jackson's been special tonight for Carolina. Not this time, though.
Boy, what a rebound by Jason Tatum. He is just scratching the surface of how good he is going to be.
And he ties it up by going the length of the court. What a game so far. Midway point of the second half, tied at 64.
Carolina going into a set after running their secondary break.
Barry will do it himself.
Well, he may be small, but he has got a huge ticker. I'm not sure they're... Frank Mason III at Kansas has probably been the best guard this season. But Joe Barry has been as important as anyone.
Has really grown into the role, too, in his 3 years in Chapel Hill. Kennard using the ball screen from Jefferson.
Well, Nate Britt's done a nice job of staying with Luke Kennard. Everything has been difficult.
Shot clock at 5. Tatum drives again.
Just a difficult defensive assignment for Luke May to try to stay in front of Jason Tatum, and Tatum is starting to realize it.
May finds Jackson. Deep one for Barry. And it will belong to Carolina.
And completed the play.
And Barry bumped by Grayson out. Pinson driving.
And it's back. And you could not have told who's doing commentary. I may not have a job.
Kennard looking for the foul call that he doesn't get, but he does tie the game. And an errant pass there by Britt.
God, it just keeps you off balance. He raises his eyebrows, and you are up off your feet.
Got a great old man's game. He's going to be a handful at the YMCA when he's in his 50s, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I think he'll be pretty good at the YMCA now. He's probably going to be the first pick.
When they're drafted up. How come we don't get to wear T-shirts?
Because we're not good enough.
May, another jumper. He's had a really strong night. Filling in for the injured Isaiah Hicks, working around some foul trouble, but when he's been in there, he's been very effective.
And the confidence with which he has played. Right now, Luke May is guarding Matt Jones. And you cannot come off Matt Jones in the corner when there's a strong side drive. Tatum needs a drive here.
He does. And draws the foul. Rebounds, 5 assists as he...
have a favorable matchup.
16 lead changes, 7 minutes to go.
And you wonder if down the stretch, Dan, North Carolina's played more players, more minutes. Are they going to be fresher down the stretch than Duke? Just to playing multiple guys, multiple minutes.
Britt fouled by
10 points at Miami, at 13 points at Georgia Tech.
And you wouldn't have it.
It's not like there've been a whole lot of missed shots from which to grab offensive rebounds. A little floppy set right now to get Luke Kennard a look. And he can shoot right over Nate Britt.
Forced it up and in. Duke back on top.
So many good individual scorers for Duke. Most especially Luke Kennard. But Duke's stolen a lot of minutes with Grayson Allen on the bench. He'll be fresh when he comes back in. He'll have those 4 fouls. But he will have gotten a fair amount of rest.
Went out of the 8:35 mark, and of course there was a media timeout between now and then, so he's been sitting down for a while. Britt, no. Tatum has it for Duke.
Well, Emil Jefferson has done a great job on Kennedy Meeks. He was draped all over him, and Meeks cannot get a touch. Going back to that floppy set.
Kennard again with a right hand, no. Tip back up, no. Meeks the rebound. Carolina pushing. Barry. Jackson got a piece of it.
Good decision to bring it back out. There was nothing there for Tatum. He had a small guard Nate Britt on him. That wasn't a matchup that he could drive right away.
Shot clock inside 10.
Trying to isolate Tatum by himself there.
Great spin, fadeaway jumper, no.
That looked like the same kind of move he made against Florida in his first game back, where he had 22 points in Madison Square Garden against the Gators.
May wants the ball. He's got Jackson on him. Can't get a touch.
Barry wants Kennedy Meeks to come over, play a little two-man game.
And Barry will use 1-and-1 for Barry, who misses the front end. That's an 87% free throw shooter who just missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
Kenny Williams on Luke Kennard. Williams in the first half did a very good job on Kennard, staying right with him. What a move.
Finds Tatum for three. All set up by the crafty play of Luke Kennard.
You got him playing in the YMCA. That dude's going to play a long time in the NBA.
Barry misses the three. Duke ball.
Boy, this is a big possession, even though there's just under 4 minutes to go. This has a feel where North Carolina needs to stop, because the roof can blow off this place if Duke gets a score here.
Allen, and a foul called on Carolina.
Brooklyn right now. What does that mean?
So that's the way it's going to be. We'll be traveling separately out to California.
You private.
Yeah. It's going to be, in all seriousness, what a great time.
It'll be awesome
out there. It'll be great. Grayson Allen with the finish, and the lead is up to 6. 22 now for Allen.
Another play out of that elbow series. Hit the elbow, come off, and he was wide open. Boy, Grayson Allen is having a fabulous basketball game. Good help there by Allen.
Kenny Williams will push off, blocked from behind by Tatum. Jackson knocks down the long three, if you will, of Duke, of Allen, Kennard, and Tatum. They've scored 59 of the Blue Devils' 77 points.
Well, how big was that three that Justin Jackson just hit?
Oh, and the long rebound goes past Carolina's defenders out to the Blue Devils.
I think Duke has still got to go after the side that Kennedy Meeks is on.
Kennard back to Allen. Taken away by Barry. 2-on-1 Carolina. And Barry is missed again. 80s.
Shows that was a good, intelligent foul by Luke Kennard.
It's the bounce on the second to make it a 2-point game.
Every possession seems like it is so big.
Allen guarded by Jackson. Tatum, a size advantage on Pinson. Spins. Got it back. Misses the follow, but we have Bass against Duke, and it'll be Carolina ball.
Well, what?
So Carolina with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Carolina going with its box set, little diagonal screen.
Pinson, no. Kennard the rebound.
Well, he absorbed a bump, but there was no call. Looks like Mike Krzyzewski may want a timeout here. No, he doesn't. He's just calling the play.
Allen handling the point right now for Duke. Pulls up for a three. Got it!
What a call by Mike Krzyzewski to put Kennedy Meeks in another ball screen. He couldn't get out there in the isolation, and Allen just pulled up. That was big time.
Takes his place. Barry back at the line. And it's a one-possession game.
Try to put Kennedy Meeks in another ball screen situation, whether it's Jason Tatum, Frank Jackson.
They try to trap. Duke gets out of it.
One thing you don't want to do is help off of a three-point shooter here. There's a trap. There's 3 guys on the ball. Somebody's open.
It's Tatum. Barry had it, but lost it to Jones. And now they got a foul, and they do. They'll put Jackson on the line. Down by 4. Barry, reverse, no. Tatum the rebound, and they got a foul again. The Blue Devils looking for their 4th win in a row. Austin Rivers is here. And the lead grows for the Blue Devils. Timeout, Mike Krzyzewski. Seconds to go. And seconds ticking away, and a foul. Another missed free throw, and I get revenge next on ESPN.
North Carolina free throw line, because the Tar Heels have missed a ton of free throws.
Yep.
I'll tell you, Dan, what?
1 of 2 for Jackson. Less than 10 seconds to go.
Got to get a 3 up quick.
Barry, no. Jefferson, the rebound. He's fouled, and that's going to do it. Carolina won in this building last year, but they're not going to.
Emil Jefferson has been injured. He didn't have a ton of points in this ball game, but boy, did he work his tail off on defense going against Kennedy Meeks.
It's over. Terrific college